Good evening po, brothers and sisters, and maraming salamat for joining us for our online teaching night. I hope everyone is safe and I hope everyone is comfortable sa ating kanya-kanyang mga tahanan. Tonight po, ang pag-uusapan po natin is about what happens when brothers and sisters in community encounter difficulties or conflicts with one another. Yung bang mga panahon na meron tayong konting tampuhan, konting away. Anyway, our topic po for tonight is a Christian personal relationship topic, talk number 5, and it's entitled Working Out Difficulties in CFC. So what does a Catholic community like Couples for Christ teach about handling difficulties? Alam niyo po, conflicts and difficulties are a fact of life. These are things that we have to go through. Pinagdadaanan natin siya because of our fallen human nature. Ang masama nun, we sometimes can get in conflict even with our brethren in Couples for Christ. But as a community, we profess to follow and love God. Siguro that's enough reason for us to follow what our faith teaches us. And that is try to live above and beyond our human nature. To try to live in a way that God desires for us. Alam niyo po, during the time of the early Christians, St. Paul would write to his communities and he would teach them and communicate to them how to relate to one another. One of his communities were the Ephesians, and sa Ephesians po tayo magsisimula in one of the letters of St. Paul. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1-3 entitled Unity in the Body, St. Paul writes, I, then a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to live in a manner worthy of the call you have received, with all humility, gentleness, patience, bearing with one another through love, striving to preserve unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Pero alam nyo, St. Paul does not end there. He continues on with Ephesians 4 verse 29. Dito, he asks us not to curse. In Ephesians 4 verse 25-27, dito naman, he asks us to quickly deal with our difficulties. Huwag daw natin paaabutin ng sunset yung galit natin. In Ephesians 4 verse 31-32, he asks us not to have bitterness, anger, slander, and malice. And he asks us to be kind, compassionate, and forgiving. Grabe, ang dami, no? Pero kung iisipin mo, kung babalikan natin lahat ng characteristics na sinasabi ni St. Paul, parang ang hinihingi niya lang naman sa atin is for us to have restraint and to stay away from the natural reaction natin of getting angry or being emotional. I think ang sinasabi rin niya is for us to think of the person on the other side of the conflict. Alam mo, kung talagang hihimayin natin, it's sort of just saying that you should will the good of the other. And to will the good of the other, according to St. Augustine, means to love. Kahit mahirap. Alam ko mahirap. Pero alam nyo, at the end of the day, the goal of the community is for us to have peace. Alam nyo, I heard in a homily somewhere that peace is not the absence of conflict, it's not the absence of war, but rather peace is the establishment of right relationship founded on love. Okay, so ano nang gagawin natin? I mean, after we took down yung mga bilin sa atin ni St. Paul, ano na yung mga susunod na gagawin natin so that we can work out yung mga difficulties natin sa mga kapatid natin? Well, ganito. May dalawang bilin pa ulit si St. Paul. Unang-una, bago tayo magsimulang ayusin yung ating mga conflicts sa ating mga kapatid, we must remember two things. The first thing, he wrote in Ephesians 4, verse 25b, therefore, putting away falsehood, speak the truth, each one to his neighbor, for we are members of one another. So, speak the truth. Hindi lang yung pag-avoid ng kasinungalingan, but rather, communicate. Ipaalam natin kung ano yung tama. Ipaalam natin kung ano yung katotohanan. Okay, this reminds me of a story. Merong dalawang magkapatid, ang pangalan nila si Ana at si Flor. Ngayon, si Ana at si Flor, pareho silang mahilig sa oranges. Ngayon, dumating yung isang araw na pumunta sila sa kanilang dining room at nakita nila sa kanilang dining table, merong nag-iisang orange na lang na natitira. Isang prutas na orange na nandun sa gitna ng lamesa. Ang sabi ni Ana, akin yan, gagamitin ko yan. Sabi naman ni Flor, hindi, akin yan, nauna ako dyan. Ngayon, si Ana at si Flor, tinanong sila ng nanay nila, bakit? Ano bang gagawin nyo sa orange? Dahil ayaw nila na manghingi yung kapatid nila doon sa gagawin nila, doon sa orange nila, ayaw nila aminin, hindi nila sinasabi kung ano yung gagawin nila sa orange. Sabi nila, basta nauna ako dyan. Ngayon, dahil yung nanay nila gustong maging fair doon sa magkapatid, ang sabi sa kanila, o sige, hatiin natin yung orange. So kumuha ng knife yung nanay nila at hinati sa dalawa yung orange at binigyan sila ng tig-kalahating piece. Alam nyo, pagkatapos nila naghati ng orange, si Anna pala ay gagawa ng orange juice. At si Flor pala ay gagamitin yung orange rind o yung balat ng orange at gagawa siya ng zest para sa candy ginagawa niya. So kung titingnan mo at iisipin mo, si Anna pala ang kailangan yung laman at si Flor pala ay ang kailangan yung balat. Had they taken the time to tell the truth and communicate kung ano yung kailangan nila, then things could have been divided properly. May pangalawang bilin pa. At yung pangalawang bilin is for us to take initiatives. Itong dalawang initiatives na to can be found in Matthew. The first one is in Matthew 18 verse 15 to 17 and the second one is in Matthew 5 verse 23 to 24. Yung una is yung pagkakataon na merong kapatid ka na nagkasala sa'yo. Ang gagawin mo daw, pupuntahan mo yung kapatid mo at kakausapin mo siya na kayong dalawa lang. Kung hindi kayo magkaayos sa unang pag-uusap nyo, balikan mo yung kapatid mo na may kasama kang isa or dalawang tao upang mag-serve as witness or mag-help establish ng facts sa pag-aayos nyo. Sa pangalawang pagkakataon, dun sa Matthew 5:23 to 24, what if ikaw naman yung nagkasala sa iyong kapatid? Sabi dito, kung may alay ka raw na dadalhin sa altar at naalala mong may kasalanan ka sa isang kapatid mo, ang gagawin mo daw, iwan mo muna yung alay mo at puntahan mo yung kapatid mo at makipag-ayos ka muna. In both of the stories or in both of the cases, you have to take initiative. Ikaw dapat yung gumalaw para magkaayos kayong magkapatid, para magkaayos kayo ng iyong brother or sister in community. Umamin kayo, ilang tao yung mga hindi nyo na lang kinakausap or hindi nyo na lang pinapansin, tapos hinahayaan nyo na lang na broken yung relationship nyo. The lesson dito sa dalawang bilin na to is for us to always strive to rebuild yung ating relationship. O sige, napakinggan na natin lahat ng bilin ni St. Paul. Ito na, meron kang conflict, hindi mo alam kung ano yung gagawin mo. Well, ito yung bilin sa'yo ng ating community. Tinuturo sa atin ng ating community kung paano tayo makikipag-ayos or kung paano natin i-handle yung ating conflict sa ating mga kapatid. Well, there are a few things na kailangan mong isipin muna bago ka makipag-ayos. Kailangan mong i-determine kung ano muna yung problema. Okay, first, is the question or yung conflict mo ba with your brother or your sister, is it a question of right or wrong? Kasalanan ba yung pinag-uusapan nyo? Well, ganito yun. Kung na-determine nyo na kasalanan yung pinag-uusapan nyo, kunyari, yung asawa mo nangaliwa, kunyari, merong nangutang sa'yo, hindi ka binayaran, kunyari, nagkalat ng masamang salita, yung pinagchismisan ka ng isang kapatid mo, or kunyari, nagkadayaan kayo sa isang negosyo, or whatever problem, as long as it is a matter of right and wrong, this is the thing that has to happen. Kung ikaw, ma-determine mo na ikaw yung may kasalanan, first thing you have to do is to apologize. You have to call a spade a spade. You have to call a sin a sin. Kung totoong ikaw ay nagkamali at ikaw ay nagkaroon ng sala, kailangan mong humingi ng repentance. Let's be humble enough and let's be honest enough and let's try to restore yung relationship natin with our brother or our sister and let's apologize. Ngayon, kung yung kapatid mo naman yung nagkasala sa'yo, ganito yung kailangan mong gawin. You have to reprimand them. Kailangan sabihan mo sila. Hindi mo pwedeng hayaan na ganun lang yun at hindi mo na lang siya papansinin. Kailangan lapitan mo siya, kausapin mo siyang kayong dalawa lang muna. Straightforward and not apologetic, pero kind pa rin at walang animosity, walang halong puot. Kailangan sabihin mo sa kanya truthfully kung ano yung nararamdaman mo at kung ano yung kanyang pagkakamali. Subukan yung i-resolve yung inyong problema by talking things through. Pag-usapan nyo, kayong dalawa lang. Pero kung hindi nyo kayang pag-ayusin na kayong dalawa lang, humingi kayo ng tulong sa isang elder and let them guide you and help you in restoring your relationship. At the end of the day, the goal is for you guys to restore the relationship. Okay, that's the first step. That's the first item. What if yung pinagtatalunan nyo or yung pagkakaiba nyo is not a matter of right and wrong, but rather it's just a matter of better or worse. Hindi naman talaga kasalanan, pero tingin ko mas maganda kung ganito yung ginawa natin. An example is kunyari in service. Let's say you are a household head and you have a member who's also handling a household. And yung household head na yun is doing his job. Nagagawa niya yung trabaho niya pero bare minimum. Walang kasamang puso, walang extra, walang pagmamahal yung ginagawa niyang trabaho. What can you do to correct that? First, speak to the person directly and make the correction. Again, kagaya dun sa kanina, you have to do it straightforward pero with may kasamang kindness and gentleness yung pagko-correct mo dun sa tao. Second, if you are the one in charge of the person, you have to speak authoritatively. Pero, if you are not in charge of him, let's say you are ka-household mo lang or ka-level mo lang yung brother, you can give suggestion but you cannot speak with authority. Ngayon, if you are the one being corrected, let's say, ikaw yung nagbibigay ng bare minimum service, always remember that corrections aren't a bad thing. It is an expression of love. So be eager to learn, be eager to improve, and agree to change. Kung maganda naman yung suggestion na binibigay sa'yo, then anong mali? What's wrong with that? One thing you have to remember is that you should not be defensive. Huwag ka nang magpalusot. Kasi si ganyan eh. Huwag na. Just accept the correction as it is and change kung ano man yung pwedeng baguhin pa sa'yo. What if it's a question of better or worse, pero hindi siya ganon ka-clear-cut kung alin ang mas maigi? Matter of opinion siya. Kunyari, the way you raise children, there are some people who say that yung pamamalo is important and then there are some people who say that yung pamamalo hindi ganon kaganda. Rather, it would be better if you just speak to your children. You can't really tell kung alin yung mas maigi. Okay, what should you do? What you should do is to try to resolve it by coming to an agreement. Establish common understanding. Openly discuss the merits of each position to see which is better. Ngayon, since it's very hard to tell which one is right and which one is wrong, you have to be willing to compromise. If only for the sake of peace, kailangan willing kang magbigay or magparaya. And the fourth thing, what if it's just a matter of personal preference? Ganun lang yung kinalakhan mo. Magkaiba lang yung gusto nyo, pero it's not really a sin, it's not really a mistake. Small stuff. Kunyari yung iba gusto nila yung toothpaste sa gitna pinipindot, yung iba gusto sa baba pinipisil or iniikot yung galing sa baba. Maliliit na bagay, matter of preference lang siya. So, siguro sa mga ganitong bagay, dapat we can put up with little things. Alam nyo, meron tayong napakinggang talk sa MCG, di ba? Yung talk na binigay ni Arun Gogna, yung title nun was or at least yung message nun was, you should be willing to lose small so that you can win big. Dapat matuto tayong magparaya over little things so that we can keep the peace doon sa ating family. Alam nyo, there's such a thing called sandpaper ministry. Sometimes the Lord brings two opposing people or two opposite people together to make them better. In Proverbs 27 verse 17, sabi, iron sharpens iron. So siguro with every friction that we have doon sa brother or sister natin, maybe it makes us better. Maybe it sharpens us. It corrects us. It makes us a better person. Siguro sa mga ganitong bagay, we can learn that we are not always correct. We won't always get our way. What advice I can give you is siguro just develop a sense of humor and just appreciate yung pagkakaiba ng mga tao. It's a matter of preference lang. Alam niyo, in Colossians 3 verse 14 to 15, it talks about the right attitude. And it says here, over all these, put on love that is the bond of perfection, and let the peace of Christ control your hearts, the peace into which you were called in one body, and be thankful. And in conclusion, siguro ang sasabihin ko lang, conflicts are normal. I mean, gaya nung nabanggit ko nung umpisa, our fallen human nature leads us to difficulties and conflicts. And we're imperfect and will never be perfect habang nandito tayo sa mundong to. Pero alam mo, naalala niyo yung doon sa umpisa when I was talking about St. Paul in Ephesians 4. Meron siyang sinabi doon that we should live lives that is worthy of the call. Alam niyo ba that Jesus Christ also chimes on the same word? He uses the same word, worthy. Alam niyo, in Matthew 10 verse 38, dun sa conditions of discipleship, he says, "Whoever does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me." Alam mo, if you're somebody who's in conflict with someone, a brother or a sister, tagal na kayong hindi nag-uusap, I'm sure you're thinking of him right now. I'm sure you're thinking of her right now. That may be your cross. That may be the reason why you're listening to me right now. Alam mo ba what you should do with that cross? Alam mo, one of my favorite parts in the Bible is found in Matthew 4, verse 43 to 45. Yun yung Sermon on the Mount. And this is the part when Jesus Christ says, love of enemies, sabi niya, "You have heard it said that you shall love your neighbor and you shall hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemy and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your heavenly Father. For he makes the sun rise on the bad and the good and causes the rain to fall on the just and the unjust." Alam nyo, in the act of loving our enemies, that is the time when we imitate God the most. Kasi God is love eh. He's love through and through. And for us to will the good of the other, especially those who will not return that gift, who will not will your good, means that we are truly dealing with true love. Alam nyo, I have a story for you guys. May 13, 1981, Pope John Paul was in the middle of St. Peter's Square. He was inside this Pope Mobile. May libo-libong taong nakapalibot sa kanya. Everyone was smiling, kumakaway sa kanya. Then all of a sudden, a hand with a 9mm handgun was pointed at him and fired 3 shots directly at him. The Pope fell down, and all of a sudden, his white garment, his cassock, was stained with red blood. Nagkagulo yung mga tao, sinugod siya papuntang ospital, and after 5 long hours of surgery, he was finally saved and the bullet was extracted. Alam nyo, yung unang ginawa ni Pope John Paul pagkatapos niyang magising was to call for the people to pray for the person who tried to kill him. A year after niyang nakarecover, the Pope decided to visit the Our Lady of Fatima image. And there, inoffer niya sa image ni Mama Mary the bullet which was extracted from his body. A year after that, on Christmas Day, binisita ni Pope John Paul yung taong nagtangka sa buhay niya. Ang pangalan pala nito ay si Mehmet Ali Agca. And for the first time, they were able to meet each other face to face. Sa isang kanto ng isang kwarto, magkaharap at nagkwentuhan. Si Ali Agca did not show remorse. Hindi siya nagpakita ng pagsisisi. But rather, he was more interested kung bakit hindi niya napatay. O kung ano yung, bakit hindi napuruhan si Pope John Paul. At the end of that meeting, hindi ko alam kung ano yung napag-usapan nila doon sa meeting yan. But at the end of the meeting, they became friends. At alam niyo ba, si Pope John Paul pa mismo yung sumulat nung request to pardon Ali Agca. Si Ali Agca, which was supposedly sentenced for life, ay napawalan after 29 years in prison. In that meeting, Pope John Paul decided to forgive the man. He forgave him directly. And because of that, they became friends. And because of that, this Turkish man was converted and became Christian. And because of that, the first thing he did pagkatapos niyang mapawalan after 29 years of being in prison, isa sa una niyang ginawa was to visit the grave of Pope John Paul at mag-alay ng bulaklak para sa kanya. Hindi ko alam kung kaya ko yung ginawa ni Pope John Paul. Yung ipagdasal at ipanawagang ipagdasal yung tao mismo na nagtangka sa buhay mo. Yung puntahan, hanapin, kausapin at patawarin yung taong nagnais na patayin. This is true love of enemy. Yung pinag-uusapan natin, conflict between brothers and sisters lang. Konting tampuhan, konting awayan. Minsan, naabot ng taon na hindi tayo nag-uusap. Pero we call ourselves couples for Christ. And we pray every day na sana we'll be worthy of Jesus Christ. I hope itong mga maliliit na conflicts and misunderstanding natin, in this small misunderstandings natin, we follow Christ and we carry our cross. Maraming salamat po.